Hello and welcome to Module 3. So we have about reached the half point of this course, so that's exciting. So here we are on our front page here and of our course, and we're going to scroll down to Module 3 and we're going to jump right into the thick of things. So we're going to wait for our module to open up. There we go. Alright, so this week we're talking about characters and character development. So in Module 3, we'll be taking a closer look at the characters in the novel as well as how the main character, Buck, develops throughout the novel. In this module, you'll also be able to identify the major and minor characters in the novel and the roles they play throughout the novel. In most stories, there's a protagonist and an antagonist. Okay, and we have some videos down here that you can watch this week about protagonists and antagonists, and also a presentation right here on Prezi that you can take a look at. Okay. The protagonist is usually the hero or the main character, while the antagonist is usually against the protagonist. Sometimes the antagonist is referred to as evil or a bad guy, but that's not always completely true. They're just usually against the protagonist. It doesn't make them a bad guy or evil, but they're just against them. But sometimes they are evil. It's important in this novel to identify who the protagonist and the antagonist is. Also, take note as the novel moves forward, as you continue to read through the chapters, if these roles change or if other characters fill these roles. That's an important thing to think about. Okay? So during this module, you'll be able to identify the major and minor characters. You'll also be able to identify who the protagonist and the antagonist is. All right, so we're going to read chapters 7 through 9 in The Call of the Wild. We're going to watch these awesome videos. If you don't want to watch both, you don't have to, but do try to watch one. They're both pretty entertaining, though. And then look at this Prezi. Somebody did a very good job of creating this presentation on protagonists versus antagonists, and so that's something good to look at. This week we're going to look at our discussion posts. You're going to talk about who you think the protagonist and antagonist is, and what clues you think the author gives to help you understand that, and what sort of actions the characters take. And then your second discussion post is based more in the chapters that we read this week. Describe Buck's qualities as a new team leader. You're going to see a leadership role change there, and how his leadership is similar or different than Spitz. But make sure you read the chapters first. Continue with your document on your new vocabulary words. And also the group project, which we did talk about earlier last week. Do start creating your title slide, your point of view slide, and also your character slide, and of course your credit slide too if you wish. If you would like feedback on your presentation, then send me a link to look at that. Okay, and if you need help creating a link, let me know, and I'll be happy to help you. Use the rubric to help you, and your final project will be graded using that rubric. Okay, and if we go back, if you don't want to use those links, then here are the links to your discussions, your quiz, and here's your final project instructions, as you see here. And as I said, these are the same instructions from last week. But this week you're going to be working on some slides, some different slides. And if you do a little bit as you go along, then it won't be so overwhelming. So make sure you're doing that. Alrighty. And that is all we have for Module 3. And I am looking forward, of course, again, to your discussion posts and your interaction with each other. And make sure that you are getting with your group on your group project, and y'all are definitely working on that together. All right, best wishes as you move forward. Have a great week.